friends and family, I just wanted to take a moment to introduce myself. My name is James Luke Thomas, and I am the founder of Body of Light and holding the vision for this project and really wanting to share it with you openly and authentically. Right now there's so much manipulation happening that I feel like it's really important in moving forward that it's really just transparent. And so in giving you a chance to further get to know who I am and how I came about to create this offering of Body of Light. It's years in the making, so I'm really excited to be sharing with you here now. Where I sit is in Guatemala. I'm originally from Canada and have been really blessed to be called to be traveling the world in many amazing places over the last years. I'm sure many of you can relate to needing to learn to fly again, learning to trust, and to really be committed to being of service, and at the same time being able to connect with amazing people in amazing places, integrating and exchanging this information, this energy with one another has been incredibly powerful and really testing, as life itself has become almost an initiation process, I'd say, and I'm sure many of you can relate. The steps that we take to follow our hearts and having to really release our fears in the process has been a deep transitionary process for myself, and I see learning to anchor in this fifth dimensional frequency and this reality that I know many of you can relate to as well in your own ways. So for myself, my transition towards my healing journey really began with the suicide of my younger sister, Chantal, but that was back in 2005. She was 18 at the time, I was 23 at the time, and it really awakened me in many ways to reconnect firstly with my emotions that I'd been suppressing as a teenager and wanting to be a lot more proactive with my own well-being so that I could be a better impact on the world, and in doing so also really inspired to live my life to the fullest, knowing that my sister Chantal didn't get a chance to. She really exposed me to the pain of the world, the suffering that's taking place, especially now more than ever, and this path that essentially many of us are on as we become disconnected with ourselves and our true nature, and also one another. Through her experience, I saw the detrimental impact and trauma that is being perpetuated through many of the systems of supports, including the mental health system and psychiatry, as well as the pharmaceutical industry, which has obviously become really involved there. And I saw more than anything what was lacking was our ability to support those that we loved. And as humans, how we become disconnected from just being there to support one another, and how healing at the same time, being welcomed home as a part of family, as a part of community, to reconnect with yourself and reconnect with nature is really so valuable, precious, and rare to find, this authentic connection that we all so desperately desire and need to experience in our life, in part so that we can come to really give ourselves this experience in connection to life and in connection to creation. So for me, this is really the seed of not only my life, but also a vision for creating community space of healing, of retreats, to really assist others to come back to recognize the gifts that they carry and therefore be able to shine their light in the world. So this is still something that I hold really deeply, and something that I hear now I'm working towards co-creating, along with hopefully the support of you and with others as well. So throughout my journey, Kitty's joining us here. throughout my journey, I've had really vast experiences connecting with people that really feel the same, have similar visions for creating community spaces, and came to see that this is like a common vision that many of us have, and it's essentially the initial seeds and starting point for what many are calling the new earth, that many of us are here as visionaries and caretakers of the earth, and are therefore here to create these spaces together as a global network of community spaces. And so this is at the forefront of the vision that I hold, and through my experience and travels, I've also come to see many different components that I've integrated into Body of Light, guided by spirits 100%. The name itself, Body of Light, came in my sleep, awakened me, being repeated over and over, body of light, body of light, body of light. And so I woke up with this in my head, and of course I'm here to share what this is with you now. In terms of the different pieces of the website itself, and the sharing of abundance also comes through a number of different experiences that I had. But it's really driven by my soul mission, which came clear for me a few years after receiving Body of Light, this name. And I was at the top of the Chichen Itza pyramid for the sunrise, doing a meditation, and received this download that it was time to restore the kingdom of heaven on earth. And this, of course, is something that was very strong for me, igniting this fire, this flame, and of course trying to integrate this mission and accepting it over the past years was really challenging as well, as it could be overwhelming in many times, many cases, bringing me to tears, saying I'm not able, I'm not ready, and then more and more coming to accept this mission of restoring the kingdom, essentially, of heaven on earth, which I believe not just me, but many of us are here to do. And it's a mission that's so big that it's beyond any one person, that it takes all of us coming together. So I believe that we are bridges towards the new earth, towards heaven and earth, planting these seeds, these visions that we carry. And we have this opportunity not just for us, but for future generations to come in and really thrive, as we are in this window of time where we're able to do this. And if we're not really moving our freedom towards sustainability and greater levels of abundance for the next generation, then it, of course, is likely to be more and more difficult for them. So I often feel a great responsibility and an opportunity to assist with this process and give birth to the next wave of life here on earth. So this is my commitment, doing the best I can, as I know each and every one of you are doing the best you can. And of course, moving forward from here, I believe it's not just this outward action that we need to take, but our ability and willingness to do it with integrity and really aligned with who we are, physically, spiritually, mentally, and all of that in which we've been created in perfection, and learning to trust and allow creation to flow through us, in this fifth dimension, new reality we're wanting to create. We're essentially pioneering this exploration within ourselves and around ourselves. What does it mean to live from a space of love, to be of service, and to really trust in the abundance that we receive in response to this perfection, as we are supported by the universe in which we support the greater good of all. So these are things that are really easy and natural for me in many ways, and learning to fit into this world or apply my gifts into this world can be a challenge, as I'm sure it has been for many of you. And this is why partly I feel it's important that we are essentially recognizing our own desires, our own needs, and the visions that we hold, and are able to really work together towards those visions, towards expressing this love that we are, and really planting these seeds into the earth, in part to take care of Mother Earth as she takes care of us, and restoring these universal laws that are within us as human beings, and have been really overlooked and manipulated, and as darkness has been spreading the planet and inflicting many of us with distrust, with fear, that we can be the ones to restore peace on earth, returning to harmony with nature, and expressing divinity through us, freeing the human potential to really be of service and come together fully, completely as family. Thank you for taking this time. Send you my love, and I'm here as your brother, as your friend, the best that I can be. So please do not hesitate to reach out towards me or anyone else in our beautiful, loving family.